First coffee of the day. So today we are due a storm with a name. Storm Amy, funnily enough. I'm taking it seriously because we had a named storm just a couple of months ago and it was really shit. It was quite scary. The caravan used to be on this bit of land a little bit further away over there, and that spot had a really nice view, but it was more exposed to the wind. So when that storm was due, we moved the caravan just like kind of near to where we are now, but on the other side, just temporarily overnight. And thank God we did, because if we hadn't, I think the caravan would have been blown over. There were a few motorhomes and camper vans that were blown over onto their sides on the Isle of Skye during that storm. They were in more exposed areas, but still, it's nerve-wracking. Anyways, so as we approached kind of autumn winter after that storm, we were like, right, let's move the caravan to a more sheltered spot permanently, or at least through winter. So we're over here now. So I do feel better about this storm, but that last one, I didn't have this. I didn't have the tent. I just had the caravan. The storm is due to hit about kind of 4 or 5 o'clock today. Stephen's at work, so it's just me, and I'm gonna prep. I know what to do. I've got a list. Look, that's how chaotic my diary is. But it's all pretty standard, really. I'm worried about this. I'm not really worried. I have faith. Like, I'm not stupid. I've had awnings. Obviously, we've been on the road and stuff. But before we were here, our other long-term pitch was in Aviemore. We were there for like 2.5, nearly 3 years. And I had various awnings there. But obviously the winters there, they weren't quite as like wet and windy. It was more dealing with like really cold temperatures. Which, to be honest, I find that quite easy with, you know, a log burner and just chopping loads of wood and keeping it chugging away, and the electric heater is back up. Like, I can deal with cold, not an issue. The wind is the one that gives me the heaves. So far with the tent, we already have storm straps on and storm pegs. It's all pegged around the outside as well as the storm straps. I have rocks and bits of wood laid on the skirt around the outside. It's a metal frame. It's not like a crappy little pulled, you know, plastic or airframe tent. What I'm going to do is, I think the inside, I need to bring everything away from the walls because it's going to move. So anything that can fall over or be broken, I'm going to bring to the inside. There is a little structure on this bit of land that's really well built, so we are allowed to go and sleep in there if we need to, if we need a quiet night's sleep. So we might do that, because while the caravan, the pop top is down, it's very unlikely the caravan would blow over anything. Not where we are here. If it's just it's so noisy. And I'm very aware that my tent is outside, so I'll be listening. I'll be like, is that my tent blowing over? Is that my tent blowing away? You know, the structure is literally just over there, but it means I can be in a bubble over there. For somebody who really hates wind, like, I've made a pretty interesting life decision to live in a caravan on an island, but the pros outweigh the cons, okay? That's why I do this. That's why we go through these horrendous spells of shite weather for the good stuff. Yay! By the way, my hair is wet again. I feel like every time I film in the mornings, my hair is wet, and it's because obviously I get up and I go and, you know, get ready. But this isn't like a look, just so you know. I haven't got like wet look gel. It's just wet, okay? wet and miserable. But this is my little zip-up window. This is so I can throw it over and it holds this over there. And then it's got bug net. Cute. Are you okay? Oh. Oh, no. Nice. During the last storm that I was telling you about earlier, we did actually lose power for a good couple of days. Luckily, we had our little power bank. It just charges like phones and tablets and stuff, so you can, well, I would say you can stay in communication, but as well as power, we lost phone signal, so we were literally just, you know, communicationally stranded. Only had the people around us that we could talk to. My poor mother was worrying, bless her, but yeah, we've got the power bank at least. And a good thing is having the log burner. If the power goes out, we've still got heat. We cook on gas and our gas tank is pretty full. We also have a backup little camping gas stove, but I'm always happy to know that in an absolute emergency I can cook on the fire as well, like even just heating up a pan of soup or a coffee. It's a handy thing. That's wild, isn't it? That's all just empty land. We're trying to squeeze in another quick dog walk before it all kicks off. That will weigh the legs down of my desk. So, up until now, the wind had felt very manageable, and it also kind of felt like it wasn't really going to get that bad. I think we were kidding ourselves a little bit, but in the space of like kind of 20 minutes, the gusts just shot up, and it suddenly got pretty scary. Even the structure that we were planning on taking refuge in didn't feel safe. Luckily, thank God, somebody took pity on us and took us to their garage conversion, which was perfect. You could barely hear the wind. It was safe. It was quiet. Oh my God, what a lifesaver. But then the power went out. And when the power goes out, the phone signal goes. So we had no internet, no power, nothing again. Luckily, we brought our Kindles. That's all we need. We had a big comfy bed, so we were fine. At least we're safe. Oh, actually, like, I feel a bit ill. Holy shit. Okay, car's okay. Caravan looks okay. Come on, Foxy. Oh shit, it's not okay. What the fuck? It's not okay. What the fuck? Every single thing that was hung up is down. This looks broken. Things that were hung up there are now outside. I really couldn't face trying to organise the workshop tent again straight away, so we decided to go for a drive now that the wind had died down a little. We thought we'd chance it and see if the local fuel station and shop and supermarket were open, and they weren't. Not a single one. The power cut was everywhere we could drive to without wasting all our fuel. So a quick local dog walk to keep Foxy happy, and then we headed back to start sorting out the chaos. First job, get everything out, repeg all the bottom, straighten out the legs, the poles and everything else, and then reorganise and try and find all of the little individual lettered stamps which had scattered all over the floor. I think I'm actually still missing the R, but we'll find it. So after that, we sat and we watched Spider-Man, one of the films I downloaded on the tablet. That was a smart move from me. We've had plenty of cups of tea, we've potted, we've tidied. It's not really like dog walking weather, it's a little bit too windy still. It's not that windy, it's not like dangerous windy, as we would have stayed in, but it's too windy to kind of do a big dog walk. We were secretly hoping that we would drive back into Broadford and the shop would be open. We've got no chance. We do have food. We were smart this time and stocked up on food a little bit, but you know when you just want, you always want what you haven't got. So we're out again, and luckily there's a food truck. Got a massive queue. It's probably the only place around here where you get something to eat now. Open it please. Nice. Not for doggies. That's nice.
She is so cool.
Normality has resumed, the winds have died down, and everything is okay. So in hindsight now, the only thing I would have done differently is maybe put a little bit more weight around the bottom edges of the tent, and maybe taken a few kind of big bits of equipment out of there just in case anything did happen, and put them somewhere safe. But I'm really surprised at how well it held up. A nearby village here recorded wind speeds of about 100 miles per hour, so the fact that I have a tent and it survived is amazing. The caravan, as always, was absolutely fine as long as that pop top is down and it's tucked away in a pretty safe spot. It's absolutely fine. And as long as all the windows are latched closed, of course, and the doors locked shut, then it's golden. So yeah, all good here. So obviously I'm a little behind on work, so I'm going to crack on today. I'm going to have another coffee, finish these bookmarks, get them on the shop, wrap some orders, and enjoy the calm.